Namo Narayana, welcome back. Today we're joined by Winston, my big bear who sits on the couch. Yes, named after the Prime Minister, because my girlfriend and I are both Anglophiles. She's been to England, I've only ever been to Eastern Europe, but we both love the culture and grew up surrounded by it, or as much as we could get here in America. So, a guest today. And we're going to be reading something today that is very much not Anglophile or British in any way. Actually, I don't even know if there was a Britain when Adi Shankar was writing 700 CE, BCE, excuse me, makes a big difference. Yeah, I have no idea what year Britain was founded, but I don't think there was. I don't think there was a lot of things that Adi Shankar was writing. But that's for another time nor place. Today we're going to be reading his Dasa Sloki, also known as the Nirvana Dasakam, 12 little verses. So let's dive right in. I am not the element earth, nor water, nor fire, nor air, nor ether, nor any of the organs individually, nor all the elements or organs together as a whole. Because of variability of the limiting adjuncts in the states of waking and dream, the self exists by itself only in deep sleep, without the limiting adjuncts in the form of the senses, mind, etc. I am that most auspicious, attributeless, non-dual entity who alone remains when all duality is negated. Neither the division into castes and stages of life, nor the rules of conduct and duties of the various castes and stages of life apply to me. I have no need for dharana, dhyana, or yoga, etc., since the notions of I and mine, which are due to identification with the not-self, the body, mind, and organs, have gone. I remain as the one auspicious self free from all attributes. The Shrutis say that in deep sleep there is no mother, nor father, nor gods, nor the worlds, nor the Vedas, nor the sacrifices, nor even holy places. Nor is there total void, since I exist then, as the one auspicious self, free from all attributes. Neither the Shankya view, nor the Shiva, nor the Pancharatra, nor the Jaina, nor the Mimamsa view, etc., is tenable. Because of the realization of the partless Brahman generated by the Mahavakya, Brahman is absolutely pure or untainted. I remain as the one auspicious self, free from all attributes. Brahman has no such thing as upper or lower part. It has no inside nor outside. It has no middle or any across. It has no eastern or western direction because it is all-pervading like space. It is one and without part. I remain as the one auspicious self, free from all attributes. Brahman is not white, nor black, nor red, nor yellow. It is not tiny nor big, neither short nor long. It is not knowable, since it is of the nature of effulgence. I remain as the one auspicious self, free from all attributes. There is neither teacher nor scriptures, neither student nor instruction, neither you nor I, nor this world. The knowledge of one's real nature does not admit of different perceptions. I remain as the one auspicious self, free from all attributes. I do not have the state of waking, nor of dream, nor of deep sleep. I am not Visva, or Taijasa, or Prajna, because all these three states are only the products of ignorance. I am the fourth, beyond these states. I remain as the one auspicious self, free from all the attributes. The Atma is all-pervading, is the desired goal, is self-existent, and is not dependent on anything else, while the entire universe, which is different from it, is unreal. I remain as the one auspicious self, free from all attributes. It is not one. How can there be a second different from it? It has neither absoluteness nor non-absoluteness. It is neither void nor non-void, since it is devoid of duality. How can I describe that, which is the essence of the entire Vedanta? And thus ends the Dasa Sloki. Did you like that, Winston? There's an interesting line here I liked. He said, this is not the Shankya view, nor the Shiva view, etc., etc. This is realization, and realization goes beyond any sect, any belief system. It goes beyond caste, it goes beyond society. It goes beyond teachers and scriptures and instruction. It goes beyond all of those things. Realization just is, and no one person or group or entity has a hold on it, has the only key to truth. It was interesting while I was reading this, I was thinking about a guru I used to follow, and I've mentioned him before, but it just gets me kind of angsty because he spoke like this. But instead of saying anything about Brahma, he would just remove that word Brahma. He would remove all the references to Hinduism or Indian culture. So there's no reference to caste. There's no reference to Shaivism. There's no reference to anything like that. It would just be like the supreme being or the supreme entity. He would never give specific, is not white nor black nor red nor yellow. And then he would always say, I am this, I am this. Everything was I am, praise me because I am. And he wasn't the only teacher who would do stuff like this, but his head got kind of big, and he really pounded that he was. The thing was that he denied all the scripture that gave him this idea. And the thing also was that he claimed that this idea was his own revelation. It was completely original. He discovered this. Nobody else had this knowledge. I'm reading this going, oh my God. He literally read this and just ripped it off. There was a point where he was talking about old scriptures, as his teacher did, and had read all these scriptures, and perhaps he had, but the way he would share these scriptures was, I have read it, so therefore you don't have to. And I am going to reinterpret the scripture in a way that works because the original isn't so good and you don't understand it, but you don't need to read any of this stuff. Nothing whatsoever. I remember once we were learning in a class about him. I took a couple classes, actually, and I always ran into the same problem. They'd mention, like, Ramakrishna, or Vivekananda, or Satya Sai Baba, or Shirdi Sai Baba, or whoever. And I'd always be like, oh, I'd ask the person running the class, you know, what's interesting about this? Making the stupid assumption that the person running the class had read things by those teachers and had read biographies of those teachers. Every single time. Oh, I haven't read anything by that teacher. Really? You haven't read anything by Vivekananda, who's got 9 volumes out there? Nope. Oh, have you read a biography about him? Nope. Why not? Well, everything that's in this book that our teacher wrote is all we need. All we need is this little paragraph. So, of course, they're not going to read this stuff, the Dasa Sloki, and realize that their teacher is cheating them. And that's the part that gets me frustrated, gets me on little rants like this, that I see people being cheated. They think they're following this divine, amazing, original, unique revelation that is 2,000 plus years old. And actually, Adi Shankar is not considered the creator of Vedanta. He literally was bringing ideas together that already existed. He was sort of like more of a preserver than someone who is just originating something from scratch. He is not without tradition himself, so it's more than 2,700 years. And there's people now going around wondering why they're not finding God or finding something, because you're missing the scriptures, you're missing the tradition, you're missing the authenticity. Oh, it just gets me so frustrated. And there's so many teachers like this. They're a dime a dozen. And they're in India, and they're in America, and they're in Europe. And they just go about their business parading these ideas that they invented. And then so many of them are like, well, I was a philosophy major, or I've studied religions, or I've read this stuff. Sometimes they don't say that. Sometimes they just say, oh, I had a revelation. But it's like, wow, you're using the same words and the same sentences and the same ideas, so you must have read this stuff at some point, because it's all out there. So it just frustrates me so much, and it leads me, and this will be my last point, to really encouraging people to look for authenticity and real teachers. I have one. His name's Sri Acharya, and I think he is one of the most amazing teachers because he never hesitates to quote his sources, and he never hesitates to tell you to read those sources. He encourages reading the scriptures. If you have the time or the inkling or desire, he wants you to read them. And he's the only teacher I know who really promotes that. And I would encourage anyone who has a teacher to ask, do they encourage me to read the scriptures? If the answer is no, think about what that teacher is saying. Do they tell you they're revealing something unique? Because maybe they aren't, but they don't want you to investigate. The problem is, by not investigating, you're not digging into the words of God. You're not digging into the deep profundity, not based on some teacher who came up that didn't want to work anymore and wanted to become some famous person on TV. These teachers today are all very much reflective of society and a product of society. Dig into the actual scriptures, the actual words, because you'll find the words being spoken by Adi Shankar, yes, they were reflective of his society, but yet they're still relevant 2,000 years later. Very much relevant. And there's a profundity in these words. But will some of these teachers that are out there today, will they be profound in 2,000 years? But I highly encourage folks to give up this idea of, well, religion is bad, and tradition is bad, and we just want some free-for-all spirituality. And start flipping that and going, no, free-for-all spirituality is where you go into the world of frauds. And you lose the depth and the profundity of it. Discover religion, which for me implies tradition, and teachers of the past and lineage, and delving into the scriptures for yourself. All right, that's my rant. I should stop there. I've done this rant many times, because the more scriptures I read, the more I think they're so valuable. Not saying that you shouldn't read contemporary teachers, absolutely not. I read a lot of them on this channel. I share books that are on my shelf. I highly endorse that. I think it's great seeing the big picture, but don't put all your focus on these new teachers and don't think that they are as unique as they tell you. That's really the gist of this. I probably should have said that 10 minutes ago. But if you're still with me, then anyways, I'll just say thank you. And I'll call it there until the next time we do something together. Thank you as always for joining me. Like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. Feel free to email me. Also, find me on Facebook. And until next time, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.